Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Whatever you're watching this program today, I said, may God bless you as you subscribe and watch this. We are looking at Peter Obi, who is going to succeed as a vice president. We will have videos to show you, and also kindly click on the notification board so that we can give you videos that will be coming up anytime soon. And also, we meet at the end of the end. Kindly support. Watch this video carefully. We have two videos to show for you. At the end of this video, please comment and let us see who Peter Obi is going to choose as the vice president. Watch.
Some news of necessity of what is like a response of what was happening in the People's Democratic Party. The dumping of the PDP by the former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, was a news that a lot of people were talking about. And today, since declared that he has moved to the Labour Party. Tonight, I'm being joined by the former governor of Anambra State and the frontline presidential aspirant, Mr. Peter Obi. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Segun, for having me.
It was a shocker to a lot of your supporters. We thought, you might say this true. What was the real reason behind your leaving the PDP?
Well, let me correct the first impression. You said it's about dumping them. I didn't dump any party. It's the PDP party is like an association. You have freedom of association. You have freedom to go in, freedom to go out. It's a relationship thing. And when you go into a relationship in an association, you go in there for a reason. And if you feel that maybe the activities that you go on is at variance with your own person and your principles, the only thing you can do is to quietly and decently leave the place. And that's what I did. You could see my write-up to the chairman of the party. There was no tone there that shows any quarrel or anything. I thank them for the opportunity of being their member, opportunity of associating myself there, and said, going on, I found out that I can no longer continue because of some activities I believe that are at variance with my person and my principles.
What kind of things are that?
Well, it's not personal to me.
Okay.
Quite frankly, there's nothing. It's just like I always tell people, the process through which you get into arrive at any destination, especially when it comes to seeking a public office, is as fundamental as what you do thereafter. So for me, I want to be able to follow a process that I believe in. Some people will tell you, do anything, when you get there, you can correct it. No, I don't believe in that. The process must be same as what I do thereafter. As a politician, I have campaigned, I've gone around the country, I've done what I'm supposed to do, presented myself to the people, and if I find out there's other things I might not be able to be part of, I decently withdrew myself. There was no issue.
You know the reason why I'm asking this question? I mean, one is curious that just about the time you left, Senator Abaribe has left also.
Well, everybody has his own reason for living.
You think things are going wrong in the PDP?
No, I don't think so. Everybody, like I said, it's an association. Now people are living, they're living everywhere, you know. It's an association. You have right to go in, you have right to go out. There's nothing wrong there.
Does it call to question from what your friend said yesterday, Governor Yinsom Wike said about, I mean, you leaving the party and coming back, you've gone around the country, and now, on what platform will you now say you want to, you've gone on the platform of the PDP to campaign, to go around and consult the delegates of the PDP. Does that call to question your own loyalty as a party person?
I don't understand. Can you be clear on what he said? He said
Governor Yinsom Wike called your loyalty to question to the PDP.
What I don't know what I like to question. I came into a system, and I was part of that system. I stayed there throughout years I was in PDP, nobody can question my loyalty to the party. I participated in everything. And when I'm going out, I didn't go out in a cross situation. I did it so decently because I have right to do so. I don't think there's anything.
Did you probably think that you may not get the ticket of the party?
Not at all, not at all, not at all. I'm not desperate to be president. Not am I desperate to be anything. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work, especially for the youths of this country.
You don't think that PDP is the right vehicle for you to
Well,
achieve that?
no. It's like I said, I've left. I've moved on, to where I think the process might allow me. It's not about, I keep saying, it's not about winning or losing. I would rather lose doing the right thing than win doing the wrong thing.
Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. Now, as the race for Nigeria's 2023 general election heats up, the question on the mind of many Nigerians is who will emerge the president of the country come 2023? But one name that has continued to resonate among Nigerians, especially the youths, is the former governor of Anambra State and presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, who emerged as the party's choice at its national convention held in Asaba, Delta State.
Now recall that Peter Obi dumped the People's Democratic Party last week, citing recent developments which appear in contrast to his personal principles as his reason. According to Peter Obi, since he resigned from the PDP because of issues that are at variance with his persona and principles, he has consulted widely with the various parties and personalities to ensure he does not complicate the route to the desired destination. But what are the chances of Peter Obi and the Labour Party as we draw closer to the 2023 elections? We are now joined by political and public affairs analyst Peter Yusuf. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to Breakfast Central.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's get into it. The Labour Party, we've had several proponents pushing for why the Labour Party should be a potentially strong third contender, or do I say a third force? Do you see the chances that the Labour Party is this third force that might be able to stand against the PDP and the APC?
Today, Nigeria is at that point where people are tired, where people are ready to come up and say, we want to make a difference, we want a new system. And in the course of that, winning an election today will come from that place where Nigerians are saying, we don't want to take it anymore. We've tried these guys, we've tried that guy. So now let's try somebody else. Let's try somebody with a good antecedent. Let's try somebody that inspires hope. Let's try somebody that when he speaks, he uplifts the human spirit. We want to believe here that election is a people's project. It's driven by the people. So winning an election comes from a place where the people are making a decision that we don't want to continue with this status quo. Our system are not working. The system is not serving the people. Definitely, we are now ready for a system that will serve our purpose. A purposeful system, a system that is fit for purpose, a system that is designed to serve ordinary Nigerians, a system that is designed to leave no one behind. Going by these tenets, going by these necessities, I think it's safe to infer that Peter Obi stands the chance of winning the 2023 election.
Some people would say, that seems like a dream, considering the way that elections have been run in Nigeria and, the amount of money that it requires. But we're going to get to that part, where, the finances might be, big question. But I want you to answer the question, why Peter Obi? For anyone who is still wondering, why there's so much attention, why Peter Obi in the first place?
Okay, now, sorry, let me take you back to antecedent. If we want to talk about cutting the cost of governance, which Nigerians have been yearning for, Peter Obi has a track record for that. If we want to talk about building a sustainable system, ensuring that you are leaving the office and not leaving the system broke, Peter Obi has a track record for that. If we're talking about giving regard to the rule of law, giving chance for democratic advancement, Peter Obi has the track record for that. So I'm saying come and vote for Peter Obi or come and support Peter Obi just because the name is Peter Obi or is just one gentleman from the East. No, we are saying come and join this train because this is where competence lies. This is where you have the hope of having a sustainable system, having that Nigeria that we all yearn for. So there's a case here. We have a valid case here. We're not just calling you to just come and not just come into nothing. We are saying come into a system that has the potentials of making this contraption called Nigeria work again.
Okay. Now let's go forward. Let's talk about the chances of Peter Obi to win this. There was a video of Chief Dele Momodu very recently talking about the fact that he does not think that Peter Obi, that the Labour Party will be able to finance the election. That's what Chief Dele Momodu said. Now the question is, do you think that this is something that will happen? Do you think that maybe Nigerians would rally behind the Labour Party? Do you think that their chances are really high in this regard?
So I'll take you back to my statement where I noted that election is a people's project. Before now, we used to see election as is a politician project. Let's leave it to them. It's their business. Let's allow them what they want to do. But at the end of the day, the consequence of election hits the people and not even the politicians. Today, we are having insecurity. We are having high inflation rates, unemployment. Students are out of school. How many politician kids are not in school in this period? How many children of the political elite are affected by the ASU strike today? How many have been kidnapped? How many have been kidnapped from schools? How many are suffering from poor health care today? So the cause of election always hits the people first, and it leaves no one behind. It's like a stray bullet. It goes for any. So this speaks to the fact that election is a people project. The people bringing their money, bringing their time, bringing their skill, bringing everything that is necessary to push the candidate forward.
Hold on, Yusuf. I'm sure you would agree that we've never really seen elections being financed by the people in Nigeria before. So do you think that we're there yet? Do you think Nigerian people believe enough in Labour Party and in Peter Obi to be at that point where they might be ready to finance the Labour Party's aspirations?
You see, every factor of misgovernance has pushed us to that point. Because when you graduate school and you're not working, you have the skill, you're not working. When you've been in a system that's not serving your purpose, definitely you get to that point where you say, okay, I think I need to join this race. I think I need to take this tax on. I think I need to be more responsible about this system that affects every area of my life. So Nigerians have gotten to that point. They've gotten to that point where they are ready now to take the bull by the horn, do the heavy lifting, and put the right person in power. So we are there now.
All right, let's go further now and talk about voter registration. Do you think that there is enough time? And what will you say to Nigerians as we approach the next general elections?
I want to quickly state here that Peter Obi's candidacy has, in a considerable extent, killed voters' apathy in Nigeria. I'm a stern advocate for registration of PVC. On my Twitter handle, I have the INEC website, registration website, on my Twitter profile. It's on my bio. Almost every day, I respond to over 20 messages from Nigerians inquiring about getting their PVC and how to move forward with that. Nigerians are ready, more than ready. A few days ago, I was at the bar, and guess what I was seeing? I saw young Nigerians using their mobile devices to register people for the PVC, taking photographs of these people with white banners. Like anywhere you go, you see the action. You see that these people, young people, are ready to do the heavy lifting. We are killing voters' apathy because there is hope. We are killing voters' apathy because we are having a candidate that seems, not just seems, a candidate that stands that chance to reward for our labor. That is why we are taking on this journey with him.
All right, Yusuf, Felix, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing how this plays out. and if indeed the Labour Party becomes the third force that the proponents are hoping that it will be. I look forward to having you join us again.